Who put a lawnmower in the back of a tiny Nissan? Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Hi, hello, how are you? How has your week been? Today is a highly anticipated video. Well, maybe not for you, but it is for me because I have decided to finally read the Caraval trilogy, which has been sitting on my shelf for like 7 months and I haven't taken the time to read it. This is just one of those things, like I buy so many books, but I hype them up so much in my head that I get nervous to read them because what if when I read them, they're not as good as what I thought they were going to be in my head? So I've been super nervous to read this series, but I have a box set of this trilogy. I decided to finally read it, you know, read some books off of my physical TBR rather than just like getting books off of Libby. Now you may notice there is in fact a bookmark in this, and that is because I
did in fact already start this book.
So I will put those clips in now. Okay, I have to share this because I don't want to forget about it. But I'm like 60 something pages into Caraval right now, and Scarlett is really getting on my nerves currently. Maybe it'll get a little bit better now that she's like getting to Caraval, but for a while there I was like, oh my word, I cannot stand this girl. But when I started reading this book, I hadn't done an intro. So here we are. I was super excited to read this book because the last book that I read was Argyle, which the text was super tiny. But this book, there are not that many words on each page and the text is huge. So I'm flying through this book. Well, it may not look like it, but in comparison to how long it took me to read Argyle, I am reading this much faster. I'm enjoying it. You saw from some of those other clips that the main character is irritating me a little bit. She's gotten a little better now at this point. I'm at like 50 something %. But I think the reason that she's irritating me is like her character flaw, like part of her character development. And so I'm hoping that as I read this book and the trilogy that she will become less irritating. At this point, we haven't really seen much of the love interest, but this is also a trilogy, so it makes sense that we're not seeing all of him in this book. And at this point, I'm not even entirely sure if the guy that I think is the love interest actually is the love interest. We'll find out. But yeah, let's get into it. Originally my plan was to try to finish Caraval today. Like I was gonna go to Starbucks and like finish reading it at Starbucks. Then I thought, I don't think I even read one page at Starbucks. Oops. About 175 pages left of Caraval. Let us see how much I can finish tonight. I was hoping to finish the book today, but then there were I was having issues with my video that I was uploading today and just wasn't able to read as much today as I thought I was going to. I am starting on page 228. I feel like when I watch videos of people reading this book on like YouTube and Book Talk and stuff, they really downplay the intensity level. Like I'm shocked. Y'all, I'm like in a reading slump. I don't know what is going on. Even though I've already read 5 books this month, and I will have read 6 books because I'm 110% finishing Caraval tonight. Who put a lawnmower in the back of a tiny Nissan? I think I've got about like 70 pages left of Caraval. I'm really enjoying it though. I know I keep saying
I'm in a book slump, I'm in a book slump.
and I am in a book slump, but I am really enjoying reading Caraval. I think it's gonna be like a 4.25 stars. We're finally at a point where Scarlet is not annoying me to the high heavens. I'm on page 47. I have a feeling something's about to go down. It is Thursday. Last night I finished Caraval. I actually really was enjoying it in those last like 100 pages. Once Scarlet kind of got over herself, it was a much more enjoyable experience to read. But then last night I had to stop reading at about like 15-20 pages left. I was like, at this point I really don't see what reason that Stephanie Garber would have had to write another book in this series. So I was like, everything's kind of like wrapped up like nice and neatly. We'll see if I can get to about halfway on Legendary today. It's different, it's interesting. We are following a different character's point of view right now. I won't say who, because I feel like that could be classified as a spoiler. But we are not in Scarlet's point of view anymore. Okay, y'all, we're doing it. Today we are finishing Legendary because I have already pushed back the upload date for this vlog, for this reading vlog, once. I'm just in a slump, y'all, but I am really enjoying this because I think I saw Rachel Catherine say something about this in like one of her last weekly vlogs, saying that she's like in a slump because she's really enjoying reading the books, but she just doesn't want to pick up the book. We've got that much to read. Okay, I'm on like page 370 of Legendary, and I am enjoying this one so much more than I liked Caraval, and I'm loving the character that we're following in this book so much more than the one we were following in Caraval. I've got about like 70-ish pages left, and I'm so excited to finish it. But hopefully I'll have time to finish it tonight because I can't wait another day not knowing what's gonna happen. So I finished Legendary, then I immediately closed it and opened Finale. Like, I did guess what I thought was gonna be like the big plot twist at the end, but I am not very good at doing that, so I wasn't like entirely sure that that was what was going on. Yeah, so now it's time to read Finale. It's 460 something pages. I think it's like 466. I'm interested to see because I only am on like the first chapter. There's a character's name under like the chapter number, and so I'm wondering if that means that it's gonna be multiple POVs. But oh my gosh, I loved Legendary so much more than I loved Caraval. I'm sorry, I was reading it in public with like around friends, so I really couldn't like show y'all my full reaction to reading it. But I'm like, oh, I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry. Like, I was right. It is dual POV. I'm going to do my best to read 254 pages today, but I'm really busy. So one way that I'm going to do that is I'm gonna go for a run. I'm gonna go to the gym to go for a run because I let myself read my book on the treadmill. I figured out I can do that. Leaving the gym, I don't actually know how many pages I read. I read like maybe 50 pages on the treadmill during my run. And there was some crazy stuff that was happening. That makes a lot of sense though. I can't. Oh my god. Something just clicked through. Okay, y'all, it's a little bit after midnight, but I can't go to bed until I finish finale. I have like 70 pages left, so I think it's gonna take me about like 30 minutes to finish it. Let's do it. You can't really see me, but I just finished finale. I'm really sad that it's over. I don't know how many days later it is, but I have finally finished reading the Caraval trilogy, and oh my gosh, loved it. Loved it. One thing I forgot to mention, I thought I was thinking about when I was reading Caraval, but like Caraval follows a character named Scarlet, and like her game companion calls her Crimson. And if you've ever seen Sarah Plus Twins on TikTok, I was like, I wonder if she named her daughters after them. I loved Legendary and Finale a lot more than I liked Caraval. And I loved Caraval. So the fact that I loved Legendary at Finale a lot more than I liked Caraval means I loved it a whole lot. Maybe it's because I did read this before Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I did see a girl that I follow on TikTok was also like posted that she read this and she loved it as well, and somebody commented on there and said, if you liked this, like, you're gonna absolutely love Once Upon a Broken Heart. So I'm wondering if like the people who don't like Caraval as much as Once Upon a Broken Heart read Caraval second instead of first. And so I'm like, is Once Upon a Broken Heart going to absolutely wreck me? That's the real question now, isn't it? So this trilogy is different in that we don't follow Scarlet through all three books. It switches like character focuses and character points of view, and so there's like not really much I can share about Legendary and Finale because I feel like it would be really big spoilers for Caraval. So like for Caraval, I'll just give like a plot summary of this one and not the other ones, but this one, so it follows a girl named Scarlet, and she has always wanted to be a part of a game called Caraval. It's kind of like a traveling show, but like you can come actually like be a part of it and like play the game, kind of like an escape room type situation, you know, but like on a much bigger scale and like with magic and everything. But this year it's different. The goal of the game for Scarlet is to find her sister Donatella, and there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that I was not expecting, because that really is like all people really say about that book when they're talking about it like in reading vlogs and stuff. And so I was like not prepared for the intensity of some of the themes discussed in this book. You wouldn't expect it, but I think if you're easily triggered by things or have parental issues, you should look up trigger warnings before you read this book, because just like there are some things you can't even get it from like reading like the back of the book that I just think some people would not be prepared for. Now to my ratings. I rated Caraval a 4.25. I rated Legendary a 4.5. I rated Finale a 5 stars. So this is definitely a new 5-star series for me, and I will be thinking about the romance in these books for a long time now. Anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling up to it. I hope you'll have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.